Welcome everyone to Edutainment Month. Inspired by lazy game reviews, I shall look at games that are meant to teach as well as entertain. Starting the month off, I introduce Treasure Mountain, the 1997 re-release by the Learning Company for Mac and PC. This version is a visual and audio update from the 1990 release. This game is the third of the Super Solver games, but the first of 4 in the Super Seeker series. I remember I got this and Treasure Cove for Christmas, and I played them on and off for quite a bit. Never so long that I beat them, but long enough to gain a few ranks as a Super Seeker. The premise of the game is that the Master of Mischief has snuck into the Treasure Mountain's castle, stolen all the treasure, and hid them all over the mountain. The elves who live on the mountain know where the treasures are hidden, but the Master has put a spell on them to ask for answers to their riddles. It is up to you as Super Seeker to find the treasures and beat the Master at his game. You play the Super Seeker, a person who travels left or right on a 2D plane, capturing elves, solving word problems, and finding treasure. It is up to you to capture elves carrying scrolls with your net. Upon capture, they will ask you to solve their riddles. These riddles cover math, science, logic, and reading comprehension skills. Sometimes you have to spell a word, put books in order, do a math problem, and plenty of other tasks. This keeps the problems varied so you don't answer the same types of questions over and over in succession. But sometimes questions do have a chance of popping up again. If you fail at answering a question, you will have to try and capture the elf again, this time with your incorrect answer being grayed out. When you answer correctly, you get some coins and a clue to where the treasures are hidden on the level you're on. In total, there are 3 clues per level and 3 levels per game session. To get the treasures on your level, look for things that fit 2 of the clues together, and use your coins to reveal the treasure. To get the key to the next level, look for things that fit all 3 clues. Heck, sometimes you don't even have to get all the clues to figure out what to look for. You'll have to search a few screens before you find elves or even elves with scrolls, but sometimes you might be lucky enough, as I was, to have all 3 elves on one screen together to save a lot of time. You do have limited uses of your coins and nets, but it will be a rare chance you'll be out of both. If you're out of nets, you can buy them by throwing coins in front of these shops. If you're out of coins, all you have to do is capture any elf, and you'll get at least 1 coin, but you will get more if you answer a riddle from a scroll-carrying elf. If you happen to somehow not have any coins or nets, the very next screen will have coins laying on the ground for you to use to buy more nets. But as you can see by my counter, this wasn't really an issue for me as a 25-year-old playing a game meant for children ages 5 to 9. So after you climb the mountain and get the key to the castle, you will have to climb ladders to the top. And after shooting a chest, you will receive a treasure to keep in your clubhouse at the bottom of the mountain, where you will be told how many points you need to ascend to the next rank, thus climbing the mountain over and over again. What you'll notice after you get a 2-star Super Seeker rank is that your treasure bag is increased to carry 3 treasures per level instead of the original 2 slots. And the difficulty in gameplay increases as some elves will shoot magic dust that will steal coins from you if you get hit, thus explaining why you have a jump button other than moving around quicker. Also, the Master of Mischief will start to try and knock you off the ladder in the castle by popping up randomly, outstretching his arm. Then, of course, the riddles get more complicated. As mentioned before, the game has been updated to be easier on the eyes of children more accustomed to the better graphics of computer games of the late 90s. The backgrounds are going for a slight sense of realism, but not too much that the cartoons don't fit. The characters and the things populating each level pop out as something important, and the animations are smooth enough to make it feel like it's not a cheaply made game. As for the music, each track is a rendition of a classical music piece, and each track will play over and over again, making it hard for longer sessions of play without turning it down or off, especially since the music has weird percussion noises. The other update that they added was the feature of listening to elves read the riddles and answer choices if the player wanted.
Lake, pool, puddle. They are in many ways the same. Pick the one most like them, and I will give you a clue for the game.
It took me almost 40 minutes before I got to be a 2-star Super Seeker, and I'm sure that if I had the endurance to play the same game over and over again, I could beat Treasure Mountain. But as you can see from the footage, I was on autopilot when it came to answering the riddles. As soon as a riddle popped up and I saw what it was about, I answered it quickly. But of course this game isn't made for me. It's made for 5 to 9-year-olds who don't try to play it all in one sitting, but multiple sittings. It's a game to help develop math, logic, and reading skills, something it does well. So, as something to pass on to the next generation, I would recommend this game. The graphics and sound have been greatly improved from its original release, making it much easier to appreciate. Online, I've seen this game go for a little more than $10. Thanks for watching. Any feedback on this video or any of my other videos would be appreciated. If you'd like to get in contact with me, message me on YouTube or Twitter. If you'd like to see any of my previous work or my last reviews, click the links provided.